Welcome back to your very much needed OCG Thursday. So, what is up, guys? MCO40 here. We're going to be looking at, well, a very interesting chunk of deck profiles out of this week. Master 4.5 is kind of on the horizon for both games. We've got a nice 3-month wait, but that's fine because we'll be talking about some of the fun content that's to come here. So, Lund sent over some relatively interesting stuff today. The first one here is Dragun good stuff. And, of course, DB is a little bit slow on getting up custom stuff, but that's fine. So, Dragun of Red Eyes. This is going to be your key card for this. So, Dark Magician and Red Eyes monsters cannot be destroyed by card effects. During your main phase, you can destroy one monster your opponent controls, and if you do inflict damage to your opponent, equal that monster's original attack. You can use this effect up to the number of times per turn, up to the number of normal monsters used as fusion material for this card summon. OTK Generator. And then you discard one card to negate that activation. Okay, so back up here. So monsters use this fusion material for this card summon. So for the pop effect, basically 2 of it, you're good to go. And then once per turn, when a card or effect is activated, you can discard one card to negate the activation. If you do, destroy it. And this card gets 1,000 attack, which is so cheesy. Like, also, it's Dark Magician plus Red Eyes or a Dragon effect monster to make this. So you have to play one bad brick, but it's fine because you should be able to capitalize on that. So we have, for the main deck, 2 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, 1 copy of Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, triple copies of Max C for that beautiful draw power that we've all become so accustomed to needing, 1 copy of Red Eyes Wyvern, then we have 1 Candina and 1 Coral Bane. Of course, it was a matter of time until somebody else in the OCG figured out that we could start abusing stupid support like this. Then we have 1 Dark Magician and 1 Red Eyes, because you don't want to play too many bricks in a format like this. It's definitely something that, having looked at this deck and the way that Yu-Gi-Oh! Works now, if you play too many bricks, you're going to run into issues. So you're going to have to just bog down and play this. We have 1 Called by the Grave, 1 copy of the Magicalized Fusion. Fusion summon 1 spellcast from your deck check by banishing fusion materials on your field or graveyard. So as long as we can drop the Dark Magician and the Red Eyes, we can fuse away. Then we have triple copies of Pot of Extravagance, triple copies of Red Eyes Fusion. So by the way, since this does list Red Eyes, you can actually fuse for this thing. And you could drop multiples of it on the field. Especially with the new Master Rule coming out, I actually see this card being kind of crazy good. And then we have 1 Red Eyes Insight, which lets us send 1 Red Eyes monster from our hand or deck to the graveyard to add 1 Red Eyes spell or trap card our deck to our hand. this broken card, by the way. And we have 2 copies of Scapegoat for defense and link building. We have 1 copy of Terraforming, triple copies of Trickster Light Stage. Then we have triple Crackdown, triple Solemn Judgment, triple Solemn Strike, and triple copies of There Can Only Be One. Wrapping up this, I actually really want to play something similar to this, because this is really cool, actually. Then we have 1 Security Dragon, triple Anaconda. So here's the thing about this. Much like most decks, dropping off for 2k for this to start OTKing your opponent is pretty good. Break a board. We have 1 Ningirsu, 2 Link Kuriboh, 1 Unicorn, 1 Phoenix, and 1 IP. Then we have 1 copy of the Decode Talker Heat Soul. So it gains 500 attack for each monster this card points to. You can pay 1,000 life points to draw a card. And then if your life points are 2,000 or less, you can banish this card from the field. You do get to special on a Link 3 or lower. I mean, I guess it comes up, but at the end of the day here, it lets us draw cards, man. It's good. Then we have 1 Borrelsword Dragon for OTKs, and then we have triple copies of Dragun of Red Eyes. The most broken card I think I've seen in a long time, allowing for degeneracy, OTK fodder. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh's looking good out here because of this bad card. Then we have side deck 1 Droll Knockbird, 1 Ghost Ogre, 1 Called by the Grave, triple copies of Hadoken, 2 Lightning Storm, 1 Secret Village, 1 System Down, 1 Twin Twister, 1 Impure Order, and triple copies of Typhoon, wrapping up this bad boy. Looking good out there, OCG. Stay classy abusing this guy. By the way, Spellcaster. Lol. And next up, we have some love for the mighty Endymion. Now, you guys do realize that we now have the Zoo engine back at a little bit more fun, right? So we're able to kind of splash in a few cards here, just kind of take advantage of Barrage. I know a few people are like, are we actually going to play this? Oh, absolutely. Why wouldn't we? And this is the first real deck of many to kind of bring this up, and we'll have to wait and see in the future here if we get more love for this or not. Alright, so we have one copy of Astrograph Sorcerer. By the way, I'm so jealous of you, OCG, that you guys still have this card. We have triple copies of Endymion, the mighty master of magic. We have triple copies of Magister of Endymion. One copy of Mystical Beast Garudo. One copy of the Mystical Beast Jackal. Triple copies of Jackal King himself. Then we have triple copies of Master Cerberus. Triple copies of Reflection of Endymion. And triple copies of Servant of Endymion. And then we have 2 copies of Zodiac Whiptail, because Whiptail was literally the best zoo card that we had back in the day. And then we have triple copies of Chicken Game, because generic draw power does not continue to fail us, ladies and gentlemen. I will say for the most part that having this around is just great. We have 1 copy of Magical Citadel of Endymion, because we're going to want to place all those spellcasters, or spell counters that we have, under one familiar roof, and I love it. We have triple copies of Mystical Institution, triple copies of Pot of Desires, 1 copy of Secret Village of the Spellcasters, 1 set rotation, triple copies of Spell Power Mastery, 1 Terraforming, and triple copies of Upstart Goblin, and 1 copy of Zodiac Barrage. It really makes me happy to just say that, 1, I'm glad that we live in the TCG, because having triple Chicken Game and triple Upstart Goblin existing in the same format just feels like a massive pile of degeneracy and just straight nope that I wouldn't want to deal with for the most part. Like, this is crazy. Alright, down here in the extra deck, we have 1 copy of the Selene, the Sacred Sovereign of Magic. You gotta love our Spellcaster Link monster. 1 Unicorn, 1 Phoenix, 1 IP Masquerano, 1 copy of Electromite, 1 Gravity Controller, and 1 Brute Enforcer. Then we have 1 Borreload, 1 Appaloosa, 1 copy of Tiger Mortar, Drident, and 1 Chakanine. Then we have 1 Absolute Zero Dragon, 1 Supreme King, and 1 Vortex Dragon. Then side deck here we have 2 Pankratops, 1 Call by the Grave, triple Dark Ruler No More, 1 Feather Duster, 1 Mystic Mine, 1 Pendulum Impenetrable, 1 copy of Psi Impulse, 1 System Down, 2 Red Reboot, and 2 copies of Typhoon, wrapping up this very interesting deck profile. Endymion in the OCG is a much different creature than it actually is here, because, you know, they still have this for the most part. And the last deck we have today is everybody's most favoriteest of favorite, the stupid wind-up deck, where we proceed to rip our opponent's hand and just laugh at them. But sometimes we don't do that. You're like, we don't? Sometimes you're just kind of able to loop and make these relatively huge boards, and your opponent just gets the chance to sit there and stare at you and go, what? So, we have 2 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, 2 copies of Cockadoodle-Doo-Doo-Doo-Doo-Doo, 1 Effect Veiler, 1 Ghost Ogre, triple copies of Gillosaurus, 1 Max C, just so that we can cross out Designator it, 1 Nibiru, 1 Plague Spreader, 2 copies of Psychic Tracker, 2 copies of Psychic Wielder, 1 Rescue Ferret, 1 copy of Samsara Lotus. During the end phase, if you control no spells and trap cards, you can special summon this card in face-up attack position, and that card's controller takes 1,000 life. I hate this card. So many generic loops you can do with this. We have 1 Talcum Timborg and 1 Terratop, 1 copy of the Trickster Nightshade, just because it recurs itself back, honestly. We have triple Wind-Up Magician, triple Wind-Up Rat, and triple copies of Wind-Up Shark. Yay, loops. Then we have triple Called by the Grave, triple Cross-Out Designator, 2 Emergency Teleport, 2 copies of Fossil Dig, 1 World Legacy Succession, 1 Infinite Permanence, and 2 copies of Red Rebuto. Down here in the extra deck, we have 1 Zen Maintenance, 1 Bloom, 1 copy of the Black Cat Bat, 1 Bomber Dragon, 1 Nightmare Cerberus, 1 Ib, the World Chalice Priestess, 1 Curious Boy, 1 Needle Fiber, 1 Megius, 1 Equimax, 1 Boral Sword, and, of course, 1 Appaloosa. Then we have 2 Zemadi and 1 copy of Ib. Side deck here we have 2 Pankratops, 2 Maxi, 1 Unicorn, 1 Security Dragon, triple Dark Ruler No More, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, triple Lightning Storm, and 2 copies of Mind Control, wrapping up, bada bing, bada boom, your OCG Thursday. I'm actually looking a lot of forward to that Red Eyes burn deck. I'm actually going to say that it's probably going to be one of the coolest things I got the chance to play. So guys, what do you think about these decks? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. And well, I'm out, guys. The ride never truly ends. Thank you, patrons, for helping support the channel. Without you guys, I don't know if I'd still be doing this. And for those of you that like Cardfight Vanguard, FanCool40 is here for all your content needs. And those of you asking if I sell cards, mcoolgames.com for all your trading card game needs. Check the description for more interesting info. Thanks for watching, guys.